think some time away has actually helped me out here. Unless I got this wrong. Yes, okay. So tear them apart. You literally separate all of the letters in rabbit and lion. So they're all torn apart. And as a result, the two end up fitting in perfectly with each other. Who am I hacking? I don't remember. Superbia was walking away from the stairs, down from the middle of the crossroads. Her shoes made a few taps on the ground, which resonated in the otherwise empty area. Soon enough, that silence was broken again by Tristitia joining her for a chat. It was immediately obvious that Superbia was not very pleased by his presence there. About earlier. What about earlier? Someone died and it bought us time, so be thankful. You don't understand. You killed someone just now, and we didn't have any idea of their crime, whatever they had to do with this place. We have to make sure those who die are the right ones. And who put you in charge, exactly? Look, I really don't like being told what to do. I'm gonna do things my way, and if you get in it, you're out too. Is that a threat? What would it change if it was? I can already tell you want to take control of this game. I'm not gonna stand for it, that's for sure. If you think you can lord over me, you can go right to hell. I just want to keep the playing field leveled. Besides, you think this is a game? I already kept the playing field leveled, since the bullets are of no consequence anymore. And yes, I think it's very much a game. That immediate told us we're playing Kill Me, whatever that is. You didn't level the playing field at all. That just means the only one who can shoot is you, and no one else. Even if you don't have the gun, you already showed you can just take it anyway. And, aggravated, Superbia gave him the old talk to the hand gesture. Flipping the bird, I don't care, so keep your observations to yourself. See you around, or not. And she's gone. Just like that, she left him, walking away with no intention to come back and speak to him again. Superbia very quickly hounded the consoles, aggressively sighing to herself. What an idiot. Most importantly, I have to finish setting this up. I thought he might see it my way, but... She grumbled a little while rummaging on the consoles. Ooh. She was messing with the portraits, which she'd apparently been doing before. Business which for whatever reason she'd paused to look around. Now her hands plucked one portrait after the other. So she noticed the portraits can be messed with. That's concerning. That's pretty bad, but at least we're in the clear about who's doing this. Wonder whose portraits she's switching around. The first one was her own. Superbia was acutely aware she was the target for the next vote because of how dangerous she was. That meant she had to switch them to ensure they'd vote for her, but not really for her. The portraits. I'm guessing those are the thingies on the ends of the gun. Second portrait was Ancora's. She switched the two of them so that the consoles had Ancora's face over Superbia's button, and vice versa for the other. Oh, the actual voting buttons. Well, shit. That's pretty smart, not gonna lie. Now we know for sure what happened in round 2. Too bad I can spy on her. Now I'm on to her little trick. I wonder when it was that she learned those portraits aren't set in stone. I didn't really have much of a choice anyway. Not like I could have done it any differently. Not only would it require more resources, but I'm unable to grab them. Grab the resources, or grab the portraits, or... Nothing much of note happened otherwise. Superbia ended up only messing with the ones related to her or Ancora. After a short while, her vision caught on to Invidia and Tristitia walking into Wing A, splitting up at the entrance. Uh-oh, I can't see much of what they're doing now. Superbia is staying in the voting room, no doubt. I can't exactly hack into their helmet to check, so... It's probably safer to cut the connection so that I can be there when Tristitia eventually comes by. It's especially bad because I haven't seen Avarisha and Ira, too. Just like before, the connection to Superbia's helmet was cut off to bring back Ancora's view of the hallway. However, Ancora's helmet no longer displayed anything this time, as if something happened to knock it offline. There are no sounds or any visuals to be heard or seen respectively, while it should have been showing everything from her helmet's point of view once more. What? Something's wrong. This can only happen if someone forcibly knocks it offline. That means someone bashed the helmet and caused the resonance effects strongly enough. Uh-oh. Why did I not feel any of it? So then... Does this mean Avarisha or Ira did something? What? Eventually the helmet rebooted, and Cora's vision became filled with Tristitia holding her to help her back onto her feet. Uh-oh, we got knocked unconscious. Was it him? Could it be that he closed the distance this quickly and knocked out the helmet at the time it was taking me to have the connection back? Are you okay? And Cora harbored this strange feeling that perhaps it had been his fault. She acted surprised when he was holding her, only to pull away from him after a few seconds. I'm fine, don't worry over me. Hey, wait up. We have to meet with the group. I'm going there, it's fine. Shrugging the light dizziness she was feeling as a result of the altercation, and Cora put as much distance between them as she could, making a beeline for the voting consoles. Surely they would all gather to do the vote soon. It was 20 minutes past the hour, so they still had 40 minutes, but there was nothing to do until then except vote. I can't shake this feeling that someone did something I wasn't aware of during this part. Now that would be neat if it was one of the other voting options. But something's missing. Feels like running into a wall, head first with your eyes closed. Not good. On the way to the staircase to the voting consoles, Cora passed by Avarisha and Ira, but she didn't outwardly acknowledge their presence, instead acting like she was in a hurry to go meet with the others at the crossroads. Why are they still in this wing? The only explanation for Avarisha... She's taken the me card that belonged to Gula. But Ira doesn't have anything to do here. Did Ira do it? Unless he was there to keep everyone distracted from what she was doing. That is very possible. I know she switched the portraits, so I definitely have to bring that up later. And Cora hesitated as those thoughts went through her head. There was an even bigger problem at hand, and there was no way to deduce it given the puzzle piece of information she had. The bigger problem is, who knocked me offline? All of these details will have to be shared for the vote. It's probably safer to talk about it when they're physically incapable of movement in front of the shotguns. She arrived at the staircase leading up to the crossroads. Invidia approached her, closing in on her from the entrance to the first hallway. Oh, there you are. Tristan, we were looking everywhere for you. You mean Tristan and I? No, it was me, not you. I mean what I said. I'm just saying, it's incorrect to say them and me like that. Besides, you could just say we. Hey, who cares if it's correct or not? Are you a teacher or something? Besides, it doesn't really matter. Just forget it. What's important is that we're going to take another vote very soon, so be ready with us. Yeah, I know. I'm heading there. Conversation came to a bit of a standstill. Invidia was clearly hesitating. What's up, my son? The exact nature of the reason behind that hesitation was lost in Ancora. Was it because of her loopy episode earlier? If she wanted to get anything out of him, she'd have to take the first step. What would he answer? Ancora knew what she wanted to talk about. Without much hesitation on her end, she spoke, forthcoming about her incident. Someone assaulted me. I didn't see who it was. Is that so? Assault, like punched you? I was struck from behind. I passed out for a few minutes not long ago. It's probably this helmet that caused me to lose consciousness. You know,
How Bia accidentally hit the ear of her helmet on the door frame earlier and she screamed bloody murder? Imagine that, but from a direct hit. I wasn't around back there, so I can't say who attacked you. Do you have any suspects? He was more open to talk about it now. That act out of concern for her calmed down Cora. You came out of the first hallway, so it sounds like it wasn't you. Trist found me and helped me back up, so maybe it was him. Can't rule out that possibility. Otherwise, Ira and Ava were both in Wing A too. Then there's Bia. Oh, it can't be Bia. She's been around here this whole time, as far as I'm aware. But you went into the hallway, didn't you? Might have missed her slipping by you. Oh, Trist went to Wing A when we split up. If she did, he'd have run into her, I think. And Cora couldn't be sure now. Superbia definitely could have had a hand in doing something bad. But if Tristitia didn't run into her... Sorry, Superbia could have had a hand in it. But if Tristitia didn't run into her... Okay, let's eliminate Superbia from the suspects then. That would be great, yes. They had been so engrossed in their talk that they didn't notice the bunny girl coming by. She walked down the stairs and joined them with a slightly irate tone. Are we going to vote now? Look, time's ticking and we've not reached the next set of rooms yet. 3 already died, so you get a 50% chance of coming out of it alive, too. Would it hurt you to be a little more sensitive sometimes? Nobody likes a giant bitch. That's not quite right. Generally speaking, Superbia is a giant bitch, fine. And she's very forthcoming now. I mean, more than usual. She's definitely up to something. Superbia shook her head and clicked her tongue, annoyed. Just come up here. It's not magic, just a few stairs. Looking behind herself, and Cora noticed the rest of the group closing in. They decided to walk up the stairs before they caught up with the trio already in the crossroads. Contrary to what one might think, nothing special happened as the group acknowledged everyone else had stepped forward for the vote. Cora took her spot in front of the booth with the shotgun designated for her. Here we are. All cards were swiped. All helmets were affixed. At that moment, no one could move anymore. This is where it would be best to point out the discrepancy of events. However, I'm kind of at a loss. Nothing really connects or makes sense. Superbia is suspicious. I mean, that's a good spot to start with. Before Cora could say anything about Superbia, the group was already done with their deliberating. What? That had been lightning fast. The only one who wasn't in agreement to vote for Superbia was, to no one's surprise, herself. Superbia was surprisingly not putting up much of a fight, though. She did look fairly annoyed, but it was nothing on the level one would expect out of her in this situation. This is stupid and dumb, and you're all stupid and dumb.
Those mean the same thing. Either way, she's too dangerous to leave alive. We're all in agreement, right?
I guess there's not much more to say about it.
I don't know. Then what? What are you going to do? Ava, Cora, Vidi, and I are all going to vote for Bia. Surely you can tell voting otherwise is futile. I guess you're right. Fine then. Sorry, Bia, but they're right.
Wait. We know that Bia didn't say anything. Something's definitely wrong with this. Normally she would have been out of her mind at the mere mention of killing her. But is it too late to do anything about it? With this uneventful talk, everyone put in their votes for Superbia as convened. Hesitating a little, and Cora selected her too, as her vote wouldn't amount to anything. Why are we doing this? As for the bunny girl, she picked the same one. She voted for herself too. She wants to kill me. Oh no, this is bad. We just got played, didn't we? God, you're all so fucking dumb. wasn't saying anything because I couldn't have held my laughter if I did. Welp. The screens exposed the votes much like before. What happened was surprising. Even though everyone seemingly voted for Superbia, and Cora was the one with the 6 votes. What? And Cora, Bia, did you? And Cora stared in bewilderment at the results. It was the final thing she would stare at. She couldn't even finish her sentence before the gunshot echoed out. With this outcome, and Cora had surrendered her right to live, leaving the future in the hands of those who had wronged her. Oh shit, she only had time to hear the first part of the explosion before she was truly ended, her head engulfed in a torrent of heat and destruction. I guess that's what one gets for being blind to what's happening. Would have gone differently if I'd known something else, most likely. Maybe it was some misplaced trust. Whatever the reason is, it's too late now to ponder on it. It's still disappointing. I still have pretty much all of eternity before me. And that's it. Let the box remain shut. Well, we've now dead-ended twice. What do we know now? Yeah, that dead-ended us pretty quick. Pretty quick. On this file... Shit, do we actually have 99% trust with NVIDIA? Well... I don't actually know what to do about that. What were our choices here? I don't actually get to see what our choices were here. I feel like we can try and manipulate this file. The bonus objective of this puzzle should be relatively simple. Rabbit progresses, lion regresses. So if we do it right... Yep, there it is. You solved it! We walked with Gula last time. Let's walk with Justicia. First, the horse was a little bothered that Ancora came near him to walk towards Wing A. After a few seconds, he addressed her on the subject of her visions, while the others spoke about a bit further ahead. Aloud a bit further ahead.
What did it feel like?
Like what? Visions?
Yes.
Like an out-of-body experience. I don't really know what to compare it with. It's like my head was getting full of random stuff.
I see. It's not really like having psychic powers, huh?
I don't think so? The two of them kept to themselves afterwards, though the resulting silence wasn't allowed to go on for very long. Oh, moving on. So we got bitched out by Superbia. Turned NVIDIA. And Cora looked over at the group and she noticed Ira was a little distraught by this. He was holding his arms and looking out of place. What do we... Oh, leaving... Okay. It's probably due to Superbia's departure. Before she could talk to him, NVIDIA grabbed her shoulder. Hey, you okay? Now that gets us NVIDIA points. We have to keep moving. Be thankful the others are allowing you to come with them still. Oh! Yeah, sorry. Let's go. I was not taking the separation from Superbia too well, huh? What's he even seeing in her anyways? So far he's been the one to cling to another person the most. Except for Gula. She's still mute from luxurious death. The group was left to its own volition following all that. I guess Gula and I will take the next one then. Gula Gula nodded her head in acknowledgement. Geez, this room is going to be fun, I can just tell. And we go with Ira and Ava, and we'll jump ahead to our next choice. Now we have interesting things going on here. Wonder if I can hack Ira. I can hack Ira. Puzzle time. Equalize, then order. Whoa. Sorry, what? IX. Okay. Each side adds up together, okay. I'm guessing the second hint had up, yeah. Well, that kind of killed that. Same logic as before. Makes sense, so... if we start mucking around with this, we possess the letters A, B, X, I, C. So we have 24, Z, 26, I is 9, obviously B is 2, A is 1. It seemed like it was the case. I had to check the hint anyways. Apologies for that. We also have 22, 9, 2, 1, and 6. So, A and B have to be on the same side. 24, 26, 27, X. It's just 27. I'm just spitballing here. I want these two together. 36. 45. Yeah, that gets us. Yeah, 'cause literally we get our big letter and 22 on the same end. We're immediately over 40. So 3, 26, 29, 38, 47. Okay. So we have 57 on the right side right now. .47 on the left side. 28 plus 6, 54. We just completely reversed the process. No, you get you over there. 6 is 48. 1, 2. This is to 52. So 4 plus 9 plus 9 plus 6 plus 2 gets us to 50. What if I do this? False. Does that even work? 24 plus 22, 6 plus 1. It's to 50 on that side. No, that's still 52. Nope. Six. One, 2, 51, 1, 6, 9. Oh. You solved it! Hell yeah. I'll take it. Alright, metronome. Take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia. Mountain Mama. Take me home. Metronome. I'm back, sorry about that. Had a small thing to take care of real fast. Seems Ira went off somewhere without Avarisha, and he just came back to her. Since he doesn't have the key, he couldn't get into the corridor room anyway. I thought I saw a meat card, but it was just my imagination. It's not like we really need to find more right now, though, right? Avarisha went over to where Ira came from and knelt beside Gula's dead body. I guess not. She has a card and a few keys on her, but we still need to gather a sufficient number of cards for later anyway. More can't hurt. The teacher held them out. Clear as day, there was a meat card in the palm of her hand, and in the other, 2 keys. Their teeth appeared to form the letters I and G, respectively. Oh. That's a lot of keys you got now. 4, right? Yes. It's maybe a little too many. Want one? Oh, I guess. Don't know what they're for or anything. Just take both. I already have 2 keys, so I may as well spread them around. Ira took them both, rubbing the back of his head awkwardly at the motion. He clearly wasn't used to saying thanks or just being polite in general. 2 of them remained silent for a few seconds. Both of them were looking at the dead body, as though both of them wanted to talk about it, but also wanted to avoid doing it. So, about Ula. You know what we're doing. You know what we're going to do next, right? Yes. So I was thinking, maybe, just don't. Don't what? Don't vote for Bia.
Look, okay, I know she's kinda mean, but she doesn't think half the things she says. She's just that kind of gal.
Maybe she shouldn't say them then if she truly doesn't mean what she's saying.
Listen, no, I mean, I don't know if I should be mentioning that to anybody, but, like, her family's kind of fucked up. They're rich, right? They're kind of loopy. They have this whole indoctrination thing.
What?
Don't know what to really call it. Talk about God and shit, and it's just like, just shut up already. But she's gotta live with that every day.
Oh, she lives in the Olstein household.
Her dad's a scientist or something, and he's into some serious shit.
Never mind.
I'm talking drugs and stuff like that.
Oh. Maybe Bia isn't the killer?
The murderer? The one whose crime is murder? She may very well be the one whose crime was drugs.
But that remains to be seen.
I don't mean drugs like crack or weed. Stuff that is apparently supposed to control your flow of thought and connect you to God or some bullshit like that.
Oh. That kind of drug.
Look, I don't think that even works, but yeah. Her family's rich and they're doing kind of shady shit, but they don't exactly hide it. It's like they indoctrinated themselves into doing it.
And that makes her a better person.
Yeah, well, I just kinda wanted to get out of it. Snap out and realize she's not God or a prophet or better than anybody.
How do you know all of this?
I honestly don't know. Memory came back a bit earlier with the room we explored.
Oh.
It was a mansion lobby that was the same as her family's mansion.
I called that one.
And then a large ornate...
Oh, that's the cult room.
Large ornate room. You know? Pristine white and gold and really holy looking. Made me remember I kinda helped with the drugs, I guess. I slipped them to people at school. I guess that's my crime.
Oh, I see. Well, I'll keep that in mind. All of that. She gave a nod towards him, but she was clearly looking off to the side. Ira turned around, seeing Tristitia coming by.
Hey, you two. Going together to vote.
Looked at Averisha and Ira, but more so towards the former. It seemed like he wanted to say something, but he refrained, perhaps because Ira was around.
Seen Ancora.
Oh, yeah.
She's over there around the corner, I think.
He pointed towards the hall past Gula's body. Justicia thanked him and walked further in the direction of Ancora's hiding spot. Gotta do this fast, or else I'm not gonna get there when she comes around. However, Ancora's helmet no longer displayed anything this time. Uh-oh. As if something happened to knock it offline. There were no sounds or any visuals to be heard or seen respectively, while it should have been showing everything from her helmet's point of view once more. Something's wrong. It can only happen if someone forcibly knocks it offline. That means someone bashed the helmet and caused the resonance effect, strongly enough. Why did I not feel any of it? Eventually, the helmet rebooted, and Cora's vision became filled with Justicia holding her to help her back onto her feet. Was it him? Could it be that he could close the distance this quickly and knocked out the helmet in the time it was taking me to have the connection back?
Are you okay?
Well, let's see. So whose trust do we need to manipulate in order to get... In order for us to... It feels like hacking Bia literally gives us the whole, Bia fucked with the voting console. Muffle. And we are dead. I'd known something else most likely, or maybe it was some misplaced trust. The reason it's too late now to ponder on it, but it's still disappointing. And we end. We can at least try one more thing. Oh, I am curious. This is N280. Then, alright. Let's just dump a new file in here. Figure out what the hell happened. Oh wait, I wanted to before that. So the only choice we have left is to walk with Ira. Lion was trying to ignore Ancora while she followed right behind Superbia and him. She couldn't blame him. No one really wanted to associate with her.
Do you want something in particular?
Oh no. I just thought since we're going to group up, we should, like, talk a little.
I'm not very good at talking, if you noticed.
That's okay by me. There's some easy topics, too. Hey, what are you two going on about? We're almost there anyway.
But barely the hallway, you mean?
Whatever, just focus on getting there faster. The resulting silence wasn't allowed to go on for very long before someone else talked to Ancora. And the girl was lost in thought already. Oh, that was kind of sad. Also, as characters die and meet Pandora, their silhouettes over here become fully non-silhouettes once they pass on. Just a fun little tidbit. So, I think it's time we just go our third route. I'm sorry, got distracted. Okay, let's not go through this again. Sorry about that, I thought I saw something on my recording software, which is going odd. So, okay, anyways. We need to actress this shit. We can't! Wait, what is this? There's nothing. But our helmets share the same frequency. I mean, absolutely sure to check. Not much I can do about it right now. I have no idea why this is happening. Maybe there's an error in the program, or I'm just missing something vital somehow. It should normally immediately boot. There's not much I can do about it, except pick another helmet to pack for now. Anyway, who's it gonna be? Well, shit. Mistakes were made. I've already been through this, but... I mean, we don't really need to see the scan, do we? Just confirming that the path we were on will only get us to the same bad end. Which means it's time to ditch that one. And start from scratch. So, at the very least now, we can gain Trist points. That gets Vidi points, that gets Bia points. Let's do both. I've got to take the Lux points to get on that route. Trist. Lux. That Lux is in here. Does this affect anything? Beer. Okay. Now. Hello. I will get us there. Trist is still locked. But Bia will get us somewhere now. I feel like it hangs for a second on those loading screens. Ahem. So what we missed so far. Went up the stairs, group closed in. Nothing special happened as the group acknowledged everyone else and stepped forward for the vote. And Cora took her spot in front of the booth with a shotgun designated for her. All cards were swiped, helmets fixed, and here we go. Based on what I saw, it's obvious Superbia is the culprit, but we can't get anyone to vote for her. They're going to kill the wrong person altogether. They're going to kill me! They already were all in agreement. Only Cora's voice rose to interrupt the flow going Superbia's way. We actually did max out Bia. But we got some Trist points. Seems fairly clear that Trist is the guy. Stop! No, we can't vote for Superbia.
What's this all about? Another one of your insights?
You're defending her.
We already made up our minds, so vote or shut up.
Now Ira's defending the choice too, but isn't he close to Superbia? No way. If you're voting for her, you're going to kill me. I saw her change the portraits around. You can switch them, see? Just to prove that fact, Cora lifted her own portrait from the console. And she put it back where it was. And each portrait can fit in any other socket. Don't you remember their layouts from the first round and how some of them moved? Now I feel like that's an easier argument to justify.
Now that you mention it,
Then admitting to that is a bit of an easier argument than admitting to seeing Bia do it.
now that you mention it, we're sorted in an interesting way. On the left is mostly made of herbivores. In the middle, we have omnivores. On the right, we have carnivores.
You're completely correct. Bia's portrait moved from the herbivores over to the omnivores. And Cora's portrait moved over to the herbivore area, despite being a bear. Whatever then, if you want to believe that and vote for Cora, be my guest. Won't have her death on my mind then. Like you have anyone's death on your mind. You killed Ulip without a second thought. And nobody's dead for this hour slice yet. Mission accomplished, I think. We all survived that hour. So it doesn't even make you nervous, huh? The fact you're going to vote for me. No, not at all. Uh-oh. It's starting to show. The slight hesitation was telling. So what do we do now? Instead of telling Superbia she was full of shit, Avery decided to change the subject back to voting, which they needed to do before the discussion turned into a half-hour-long waste of time. I don't think we have much of a choice. We have to vote for Cora.
Isn't that dangerous? What if we really do get her?
I'm okay with it. I trust in this. You should too. I'd rather trust Cora if I had to pick between her and Bia's, to be perfectly honest. Wait, I changed my mind. I think something else is going on. Sorry, but my vote's already in. It's do or die. Superbia clicked her tongue in an annoyed tone. Superbia still has gun. Look, you can't vote for me. I mean Cora. No, but she'd already put her vote in for herself. Numerous slip-ups as well as her insistence on having the group vote for her only fanned the flames of doubt, even for Ira.
Goodbye then, Bia. And honestly, good riddance.
Good riddance. Called that one. And Cora put in her vote as well. Oh wait, I have to vote for me. The screens above the voting consoles settled on Superbia's symbol. It was clear what was to follow. It was her execution. Every shotgun but the victims released their hold, leaving the participants to witness the macabre outcome. It took only a moment for the gunshot to come. It sounded like it had shot Superbia at point-blank range, but in reality there were no bullet holes in the helmet she wore. Time slowed down. Eventually, everything froze. Here we go again. There you are. Ugh, I'm fucking dead, aren't I? It would seem so, yes. Fuck. There's no need to swear now. It's over. All of it, that is. All your life and your work and your hopes. It's not to be like something I'd want to swear about. Oh, it's meaningless. Won't bring them back. It's also not going to bring you back alive. It's over, so please accept it. Fine, I'll accept it. Can't be over that quickly, though, can it? Not just yet. We have some time still. First of all, do you know your name? No. Whatever I'm thinking about can't be it. Your name's Annie. Annie Sensausi. What of my family? They did too? Sorry, I can't say that. Annie. And why not? It doesn't matter. Just fucking say it already. Swearing at me won't make me say it. I just can't because I know it, yet I can't say it. Something's stopping me. Whatever. So my name's Annie, huh? Yes. In life, you were a real bitch. I'll punch you in the face. I'm just saying it how it is. And besides, you can't deny that. You did some really bad stuff, but I can't say them either. What's with all the secrecy? Piecing it together is part of the process. I can't just give the answer, not here. That must be annoying to you, but it's just how it is. I think I'd have a right to know this kind of shit. Unfortunately, the dead have no rights. They only have lefts. Is that your idea of a joke? That is a very Pandora joke. No, I mean that they leave the things they behind. Oh. You're not wrong. What did you leave behind, Annie? Fortune, I guess. I remember being rich. No, you weren't rich. Your parents were. When you realized you weren't rich, and your control was lessened, you took things from others. I'll just leave it at that. Guess you were right. A real bitch. Too late to change now. Besides, I don't wanna. I didn't think you would. Our time is coming to an end. What do you mean, our time? Are you dead too? Not yet. Eventually. Probably. Either way, what are your final words? I wish I could tell my parents that I'm sorry. And for God, why do you exist? Why do atrocities exist in your name? Dust to dust. Ashes to ashes. You've surrendered your right to live. I'll now carry your memory. Sure, whatever. On the floor was a dead body, much like the one before. So. Well, that makes 3 dead. Really is a case of getting max true. It's curious where this goes. Anyways, we learned a bit more about Superbia, aka Annie. We still have Ira alive, aka Alex. Which, whatever happened between them, whatever their relationship's like, whatever the case, there is at least a part of him that still genuinely cares about her, despite the abuse and whatnot that he's been put through at her hands. Neither of them have been cleaned up yet. Wait. On the floor was a dead body, much like the one before. Neither of them had been cleaned up yet. One of them was fresher than the other. Bunny's immobile body remained flat to the ground. Only she would simply be beheaded. Then a pool of blood would grow underneath her body, and that would be it. However, much like in Luxuria's case, a grimmer fate awaited her. Much like in Luxuria's case, the helmet exploded. She didn't carry anything interesting, and everyone was repulsed by the sight of a dead body, so no one approached her. Instead, everyone gathered at a respectable distance from it in silence. Well, that's dealt with. A single thought went through Ancora's head. Before she said anything, someone else did.
This is where you end up, huh? I'm not really surprised.
He wasn't speaking to anyone in particular. It seemed as though he was more talking to himself. No longer wishing to see the dead body, everyone split up. It was clear this outcome was coming, yet no one really wanted to talk to celebrate. Except Ira. He didn't leave. Ancora remained close by as the others left their vicinity. She didn't mean to eavesdrop, but it just happened on its own anyway.
If you just stop trying to do this shit, you wouldn't be lying dead on the floor. What did I do everything for now? Now that you're dead, all the stuff I hoped for.
The boy slowly fell down to his knees, still intently watching the body. Cora felt more and more awkward. He thought perhaps she should leave him alone. No. I have to find out who the traitor is. There was a chance it was Superbia. Ira's words could help. Curiosity took over her feeling of awkwardness, and she remained, making herself smaller by nonchalantly walking to a nearby wall and leaning against it.
I knew I shouldn't have done any of it. Not like I had a choice. Stupid. I was stupid, and you were stupid too.
He punched against the floor, not too far from her body. It's almost like he was sobbing in his helmet. Very quickly, he quieted himself again, clearing his throat.
Can't even blame anyone for killing you too. It'd be way too fucking easy, huh? But you chose this by doing all this stupid shit. This is all about choice, isn't it? You could choose, but I couldn't. I can't choose. I can't ever choose. It's always just your choice. It's always just what matters to you. What then? What if I'd chosen? Maybe you wouldn't be dead there. Then you'd have seen. When I make my own choice, it's not because I want to take control, goddammit. Because I want to help you help others. Clearly you didn't care about my help. Huh. Maybe I was just blind. I should make my own fucking choices now. Never wanted a leader. I just wanted you. Another punch on the ground. It was strong enough to cause the room to shake a little. Whoa, damn. And Cora could see he was well built, but this much? He stood up. And Cora recoiled, trying to hide herself in against the corner. Now that he was back up, what if he decided she was a threat? It was his choice now. A gloom realization set in. He hadn't been doing much because he was leaving it to Superbia. And now she wasn't here anymore. This might be bad. But he didn't come toward her at all. In fact, he staggered towards the staircase, his arms moving back and forth, slowly, under him, as though he was a zombie. Perhaps he was one now.
Cautiously, Ancora closed the distance again. She was going to tail him a little, see what he'd do. Everyone else had already left this area and gone into Wing A. Presumably to unlock the door and proceed forward. However, after coming down the stairs, Ancora realized that he knew she was there.
Are you following me?
He asked the words without turning around. When she didn't answer, he faced her again, looking slightly ticked off. At least as much as he could look like with that helmet on.
You know, Bia really hated you.
Yeah, I thought that. Hey, you're not stuttering anymore. Ira chose to ignore the less polite part of that observation.
I kept trying to tell her that you aren't that bad as far as we could see yet. She never cared for it. Said you knew too much or something daft such as that.
And Cora remained silent, curious as to where this was leading.
But now, I don't know anymore. I'm torn, you know?
He stepped toward her. Oh no! She took a reflexive step backwards. Something in her told her she had to run, to move, to get away. It's not safe here. He's not in his right mind. Anyone would lose their way after something like this.
Torn because I fucking loved her, you know? Torn because I don't want her to fucking hurt anybody. But she gone and did it. Did it before, did it now. To me, by dying like a bitch-ass chump. You know why this happened? Because of you and everyone else. Because everyone here killed her that I feel that way. So I'm gonna make my own choice.
Oh fuck. He kept moving toward her. Unfortunately, he was much bigger than Ancora. The more she stepped backwards, the more she tried to find a way to run around him and rejoin the group. Staying behind had been a bad idea. All she managed to do was trip when she got to the staircase, her ass falling flat on one of the cement stairs. He closed the distance rather quickly.
I ain't gonna kill you. It's never gonna be me. And I voted for her too. I have no idea what to think about. Getting me to vote for you. You made me vote for her.
An innocent was spared. Not an innocent of all things, mind you, but in this case, an innocent. Tell him already. Just say the words. But Ancora's mouth felt like lead. No matter how much she tried to articulate a sound, she couldn't oppose him. He was menacing, and she was powerless. She hated that. Her hate was beginning to form into some modicum of strength. It was too late already.
Just stay here for a while. Stop fucking up with the group. You and your hallucinations.
A hard punch flew at her. Thankfully, she managed to dodge it in extremis by rolling to the side, the stairs digging into her skin and bones. Leaping off, she ran around him. His arm reached out and grabbed her. Oh no!
The line doesn't let go this easy. You don't run from them, they'll catch up and get you.
Oof. And just like that, a solid punch landed onto Ancora's helmet. The girl fell to the ground like a marionette without its strings. The reverberation caused her to pass out on the spot. Ouch. Oh no. Someone was shaking her. She could tell. The contact was clear. But she couldn't see anything. Even talking yielded no results. She couldn't even hear her own voice. Maybe she didn't have a voice. Maybe she was still lying in bed. Her mother was shaking her to wake her up. But she didn't want to wake up. School could wait. She said something else, but she still couldn't hear her own voice. Was she mute? Did her ears not function properly? One hand reached for the bed sheets to adjust them on her. She had been in a deep, deep dream, and now she had to wake up. The hand shaking her became more insistent. The girl was about to turn over to tell her off, as she always did. After one arm extended to grab the bed sheets, she noticed something was wrong. First of all, she was asleep, alone. She never slept alone. What? There was always someone else next to her. What? Who? It was hard to remember. There was something else, though. Perhaps a lack of something else. She couldn't grab the bedsheets. They didn't exist. Oh! Pain surged through her. She fell before. Her body remembered. She was on the cold, hard ground. A hand was shaking her to bring her back to reality. Trist? Finally, vision and sound returned to her. This was not her bedroom. The woman next to her was not her mother. She was in the school. In that accursed school. Cora, are you okay? What you're saying doesn't make any sense. I can't get up. Avrisha helped her back onto her feet, but the girl almost immediately fell down again. Her legs were shaking. The older woman supported her, holding her and helping her to walk over to the staircase close by. And Cora sat down, regaining her consciousness at an absurdly slow rate. What happened? What time is it? She very quickly panicked. The timer had been ticking down ever since, even as she was passed out. It's over. A fight broke out while you were unconscious. Ira died, and I ran away. Imagine my surprise when I found you here, out cold on the ground. Any details? Do you know about the Tinkerbell effect? It's an expression describing... I'll just let her explain it, I guess. No, I don't. Tinkerbell effect is named after a famous fairy from a movie made for children. Taking from the fact that everyone believed in her survival, which brought her back to life. I think that's what happened. What? Huh? I don't follow. Ira believed everyone to be against him, to have cost him what he'd been yearning for the most, and made the choice to pursue his own agenda. This, in turn, turned everyone against him, and what he believed became true. But beliefs don't work that way. Are you sure about that? I can believe all I want, that I'm out of here, but does it make me leave this place? Probably not, because your state of being here has already been confirmed. However, the opposite exists too. The reverse Tinkerbell effect. The more you believe you'll be fine, that everything will work out, the less they will because you'll grow too complacent to act. This is the same thing here. We all believed we'd make it out alive. So now, we can't get out alive due to what transpired. And Cora slowly stood up, only to fall back down onto the stairs. Sit down for a few more moments. You're still not quite there. I want to get back up. We need to solve the rooms. The timer is ticking. The hour's going away. It's too late now. Instead, I have something much more important to tell you, so please pay attention. And Cora couldn't talk back. Her innate curiosity was piqued, and she remained silent to listen. It's a message from Vidi, which... As soon as Avrisha began talking, a loud static noise erupted instead, and a severely distorted voice came strange directives. Hack, Gula, hack, Gula, hack, Gula. Directives. Order by table. Order by table. Order by table. Despite that, she didn't react to it, as if she did not hear it or even say it. As Avrisha continued speaking, her head turned to the side. She was looking behind Ancora, towards the top of the stairs. You! What happened in... Oh, fuck! But she didn't finish her sentence. 2 gunshots rang out, and their effect was immediately visible. Avrisha fell down the stairs in a heap, and the inevitable followed. Oh, fuck! An explosion robbed the teacher of her head, knocking Ancora away and back to the ground. And the dust spreading around her, she could barely see anything of the person who had shot Avrisha. A frosty shiver ran up her spine. What? That shape. That's Ira, isn't it? Isn't he dead? Oh, fuck. Ancora was shot at that moment. She finally managed to catch a glimpse of her assailant, yet that wasn't enough to guard her against a real, physical bullet boring a hole through her helmet. She then died too, her head engulfed in a hot mess of an explosion, All of her senses shut down right as it began, and then she was no more. Doesn't make any sense that Ira would be the one to shoot. He's dead. Also, what was up with that strange screeching? I couldn't even think what was going on. Was Ira the one to knock the helmet offline and then snag the gun? That's the only way, which means killing Superbia during the vote triggered him enough to go insane. I don't know. I'm fading. But the box remain shut. It looks like we have our directive to go back up to the top timeline where Ira died and Superbia lived. I will be damned. Yep. Superbia's end. And a dead end. At least now we can break one of these locks. For example, if I drop a new... Yep. This path is now unlocked. We can now hack Gula and see where it takes us. Realistically, looks like hacking Trist will help us get on this route. Will help us see who dies. So, there's Lux and Ira here. We lost Superbia here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm really just curious because it looks like we have 3 out of 6 possible voting results. Which would leave us with 2 more who need to be added to this list. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Angora might be on this list too. Or the original Angora, perhaps. And we still have these bits to unlock on each round. The no hacking runs. There's still plenty of mysteries to uncover here. And we'll do that next time on Birth Me Code.